My name is Mark Schulze. I'm the director of the Andrews Experimental Forest. We are here at Andrews headquarters. We're at what we call our primary meteorological station. So it's one of a number of climate stations we have scattered across about a 16,000 acre watershed. What I do, I'm a researcher, I'm a forest ecologist, but a lot of what I do is help to administer large field station and research programs. The idea behind citizen science is that you don't need a PhD to take part in important research, and so most citizen science programs like Oregon Season Tracker are trying to create infrastructure and a program that allows interested non-specialists to contribute directly to important research projects. We have two major components. One is weather monitoring, and particularly monitoring precipitation events. So that's part of the COCO-RAS program. So they would be monitoring, they would have a rain gauge, and they would be monitoring on a daily basis or a weekly basis precipitation events, rain, snow, and hail. The other component of Oregon Season Tracker is looking at plant phenology responses to climate variability. So they would be in the field, they would identify plants from our priority species list, and they would be tracking on a weekly basis when those plants break bud, when they flower, when they leaf out, when they lose leaves in the fall. People are observing in their backyards, in their schoolyards, landowners are observing in their forest lands or their agricultural lands. So all of that information is really important, and trying to, particularly with the precipitation, trying to fill in the gaps in the map of the state of Oregon. We're interested in these really large-scale patterns across the state of Oregon in both climate and weather, and the response of plants and other organisms to variability in weather. We could never address, we can study that in great depth at the Andrews Experimental Forest, but we could never address those questions at this large scale without the help of citizen scientists. And so what we're doing at the Andrews and what we're doing with Oregon Season Tracker is trying to study in detail how those large-scale patterns actually play out on the landscape. And so if we can understand what those pressures are going to be on forest and stream ecosystems and on organisms that depend on the diversity of microclimates that we see in mountains, we can better predict and better adapt to climate change.